All right, welcome back to video 2 for this section of synthesizing information. So in video 1, we talked about doing the maps portion of the section 2 geography, this top maps portion section. So now what we are going to do is the second piece, which is the essay. So you already over here have a doc created for the maps. We're going to create a second doc. So here where it says the plus sign and add or create, we're going to add another doc. So it's creating another doc, and we're going to name it so once it's created, we're going to open it up and we're going to name it your country's name. So Denmark, geography, and then we're going to name it essay because this is the essay portion. Okay, now I dropped in the Google Classroom, in addition to the Section 2 guidelines, the formatting guidelines. So remember this page, your margins have to be at 1 inch, your line spacing is at 1.5, your font size is 12 or 14, and then you have to pick from these 4 sections. We'll also remember that titles and subheadings are bolded but not underlined, and they have to match. Okay, so just a couple things to keep in mind. Now I'm going to go back to here because we have to create a title page for this section. So we're going to center it vertically and horizontally on the page and make it 36 font. So okay, so here's our page. We're going to hit enter. I'm going to go ahead and actually do the typing first. So I'm going to put this on 36 font. Make sure it's the same font that you used for section 1. I'm going to center it, and we're going to look back here and let's see what it says. We're going to title it just geography. Pretty simple. Okay, and then I'm going to center it horizontally. So I think last time we did 6. So I'm going to check it here. Yep, that's right. So we hit enter 6 times. So I'm going to go back here, and then I'm going to hit enter again after it. Then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to insert a page break. So I'm going to go to insert, break, page break, and that's going to kick me to the next page. Now, once I'm on the next page, I need to change my font back to the correct font size, which is 12, and I need to check my line spacing. So my line spacing is normally set at 1.15, and remember, we're changing it to 1.5. So that's really important. So now we're going to put our title, our section title, which is geography, okay, at the top. So I'm going to do that. Remember, it can be bolded, so I can click bold here, and I'm just going to put geography, but it is not going to be underlined, okay? And I'm going to hit enter twice, and then I'm going to kick it back to the left side, okay? All right, so now because each of my essays, or each piece of my essay is a new section, I'm going to use some section headings. So this first section heading, I'm going to title major cities. Okay, I'm not going to type out this whole thing. I'm just going to make it major cities. So here, now on my left side, I'm going to put major cities. I'm not underlining it. I can leave it bold, and that's it. Then I'm going to unbold because now I'm going to talk about my major cities. So in my notes, my 3 major cities are Copenhagen. Copenhagen is my first one, so I'm going to talk about that. So these, you have to remember with research writing, it's informative. So we keep it very objective. So we don't put I's or me's. We keep the pronouns out. So it's just very, very fact-based. So as I'm looking at my notes, and I have my notes next to me on what I wrote about Copenhagen, I'm now going to put all that information together into a paragraph about that city. Now, I'm clicking back and forth here a little bit, and I'm sorry I'm clicking back and forth. But here underneath it, it says my subtitles, major cities, and I have to do 3 paragraphs about my city. So that means one paragraph per city. So remember, paragraphs should still be indented. So if you hit tab, that will automatically indent it 5 spaces. And now I'm going to start with my first city. Okay, so my first city is Copenhagen, and here's what I have in my notes about Copenhagen. Remember, your notes are just like bulleted pieces of information. So I have that Copenhagen's on the East Coast. It is the capital of Denmark. It has about 790,000 people. It was established in 1445, and one of the perks of that place, or one of the important features of Denmark that it's known for, is the Little Mermaid statue by based off the story by Hans Christian Andersen. So I now have to take all that information and I have to put it together in a paragraph that is synthesized and makes sense. So I'm going to start typing. I'm going to kind of talk as I type to show you how I put this together. So I'm not even, and here's something important. Remember, I have to keep out those pronouns. So I'm not going to say my first city is, okay, I have to keep all those pronouns out. So here we go. I'm going to start. So Copenhagen, I can spell. Copenhagen, Denmark. Nope, I don't want to do that. Copenhagen is the largest city in Denmark, located on the eastern, that's Lucas. Yes, you can go get a drink. Copenhagen is the largest city in Denmark, located on the eastern coast. It is the capital of Denmark, home to approximately 790,000 people. Now remember, a paragraph is 3 to 5 good sentences. Let's see, the capital, I can type today, was officially recognized in 1445. Actually, I want to re-say that. I want to say Copenhagen. So as you are typing, make changes. I can spell Copenhagen was recognized as the capital of Denmark officially. See, I'm just making adjustments as I think and type. Officially in 1445. One main feature, let me think. I'm going to put no, I used recognize in the previous one. So see, as I'm putting my notes together, I'm thinking through vocabulary. So I was going to use recognizable, but since I used recognized up here, I want to use a different term. So let's see, I want to talk about the statue. So I'm going to reread what I've written so that I can see how it's going to flow. Copenhagen is the largest city in Denmark, located on the eastern coast. It is the capital of Denmark, home to approximately 790,000 people. Copenhagen was recognized as the capital of Denmark officially in 1445. I'm going to put commas in there because that officially needs to be set off. All right, so Copenhagen was recognized as the capital of Denmark officially in 1445. I'm going to put recognizable feature of Denmark is the Little Mermaid statue that is representative of the story by Hans Christian Andersen, who is native to Denmark. Done. Okay, so that's my first paragraph. Now to do my next city, I'm just going to hit enter and then tab, and I'm going to start typing my next city. Okay, so I'm going to type a little bit of gobbledygook just so I can show you then how to go to the next section. So pretend these are my next two paragraphs on major cities, okay? So after I do my paragraph, I know it's going to pop up and tell me that what I typed is gibberish. I'm going to hit and enter so I have an extra space between. And then I'm going to go up and, whoops, not there. I'm going to go up and bold this again so that I can do my next section. So if I go to my next section, it's physical characteristics. And here it shows me I'm supposed to use the subtitle, physical geography. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. I've already got it bolded. Physical geography. Enter, take the bold off, tab. Now I'm going to start my paragraph on the physical characteristics of Denmark. Okay, doing the same thing I did with the cities, looking at my notes, synthesizing the information, and writing a paragraph. So the physical characteristics, it has one paragraph, climate has one paragraph, natural vegetation and wildlife is two paragraphs, one paragraph for natural vegetation, one paragraph for wildlife, and then a paragraph for natural hazards. So you're just going to continue on each section on the same document. Now, going back to my document, once I have it all finished, once I have it all typed out, remember this is going to automatically save it for your drive and on the Google Classroom. Once I have it all done and I am ready to submit it, okay, you are not going to go over here and click share. Okay, don't do that because then you guys like inflate my email and it goes crazy. Okay, so you're not doing that. Do not click share. Go back here to your Google Classroom, and when it's finished, so you see over here where it says your work, it has the maps and it has the essay. You're just going to click turn in. It's going to pull them up. And you're going to click turn in again, and it's submitted. You don't have to do anything else, okay? This section, your drafts of these sections, if you look here in the directions, it says it needs to be submitted Wednesday by 4 p.m. That way I can go through it, I can put in notes, it can send it back to you, and then Thursday I'll post another video about doing editing and submitting the final draft. Okay, make sure you ask me questions on Google Hangouts. Make sure if you're confused about anything that you message me, okay? And go back and look through the videos each time, reference those videos. Love you guys. Talk to you later.